Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 3 with a challenge. We have got a classic rear-wheel drive rally showdown between a selection of vehicles. These are all cars made in 1983 or early. The rules were the vehicles cannot have tyres bigger than 245 front and 255 rears. They must keep their standard engine. They can't run Forza Aero, and they are in A-Class, of course, racing with rally tyres because, well, this is the road that we are taking them down. There are going to be 3 heats of cars, the top 2, moving on to the semi-finals as we get underway with heat number 1. It's a very slithery start from the Escort there. Not a fantastic launch from that Ford, as it is the Cosmo that will go out to the lead at this early stage. Yeah, the top 2 of this race will move on, as will from the next 3 heats. We'll then have a big losers melee between the losing vehicles, and the fastest 2 from that will also make it into the semi-finals. It is the Cosmo actually getting out to an early lead as the Escort's trying to go around the outside of a Falcon, and he will just about. A good move from the Escort as they try and get it slowed down into the hairpin. Very sideways Escort, of course, in typical Escort rally style through there. The Plymouth has fallen off the back of this group a little bit. The Cosmo enjoying his lead at the front for now. The Falcon's fighting back. The Falcon is doing a great job here against that Escort. There's a little bit of argy-bargy between the pair of them, and this is helping that Cosmo over there extend his lead quite impressively, actually, as we run down the course. Oh, the Falcon tried. Oh, and the Fury's got... The Falcon did his best at trying to get to the inside. It was a little bit too brave, though. And... yeah, you can't really get away with bumping. Oh, we've got a little bit lost with the drone camera. Here comes the Escort around the hairpin. We go. Yeah, I think the front runners are a little bit too far gone. That Cosmo is looking very, very quick around here. As I said, the Escort was slowed down. Whoa. That was a little bit close to the trees there. The Escort undoubtedly slowed down by that battle. However, Cosmo's got a big lead. Could the Mazda be the car to beat? Well, it's certainly going to be very, very light. Probably not got quite as much power as some of the rest of the vehicles, but is proving to be a pretty damn good car as we head through the water splash with the Mazda up towards the sort of tarmac road. Once we hit the tarmac, that is the finish line. The Cosmo goes soaring off into the field. There will be the Escort bouncing his way over there. What about the last 2? Oh, it's going to be the Plymouth. The Plymouth will take 3rd ahead of the Falcon somewhere. There it is. We lost the Ford momentarily. Well, they will get another chance in the in the melee, but yeah, impressive performance from the Cosmo. That is for sure. So, on to our second heat. Another interesting collection of cars. We have a very low Mercedes that I would be concerned about on this course. We have a Sunbeam Tiger. We have an Alfa Romeo GTA, likely to be a very, very fast car, that one. And we have a Volvo 242. Oh, a little bit of a jump start there from the Alfa. I saw that. That's he's got it back in position now, though. Yeah, I'm curious to see how the 242 does, as well I'm running one as well. So, fingers crossed, it goes quite well in this particular heat. And we are away. It's a good start from the Tiger. Good start from the Alfa Romeo as well. The Mercedes is struggling a little bit at the back of the field. It's actually side by side for the lead. We shall whiz up to see the 2 red cars doing battle. There's a little bit of argy-bargy as we go across that first jump. Here comes the Volvo. The Tiger's very sideways. All Alfa Romeo's almost in the tree. Volvo's nearly in the tree. The Alfa is in the wall as the Volvo's trying to get up the inside. I don't know where the Tiger's gone. The Tiger's found a different wall. The Alfa's over there. The Mercedes, I have no idea. I think the Mercedes might have spun on a bump somewhere. It might well have gone round. It is now Alfa Romeo versus the Sunbeam, and the Sunbeam's gone round in a circle as well. That is the difficulty with these rear-wheel drive rally cars. There is the giant Mercedes struggling a little bit at the back of the field. We're going to take a cheeky shortcut down here. Cinematic rally shots of the Volvo, followed by a very, very sideways Alfa Romeo, and quite a sideways Tiger. Not quite as sideways, though, as we head through the water splash. This is a pretty nasty rally route, actually. It's a good fun road to drive down. Probably the best of the rally roads, certainly if you want twistier rallies. The Reservoir Trail that I used previous is great fun for high-speed rallies. If you want twisty rallies on the mainland, this is the place to go, pretty much. The Alfa Romeo is looking under a little bit of pressure here from the Tiger. In fact, the Alfa Romeo is really struggling. Big understeer moment for that car, out very, very wide indeed as we get two sideways red cars. This is all good news for the 242 at the front of the pack, as these cars are squabbling for position and haven't had a particularly great start. Oh, the Alfa Romeo is playing that one dangerously with the wall right there. Yeah, the Volvo is able to pull a fairly sizable gap. I mean, we've lost sight of the Volvo as we are heading through these final few corners. We shall whiz ahead as the Volvo is now heading towards the finish line. Water splash jump to go. Well, it's looking promising for the Volvo's performance as he flies across the jump through the speed cameras. A little bit of a clip on the fence, and that will be the Volvo across the line to claim victory. Who will be second? It's very, very close between the pair of them, but it is going to be the Tiger as the Alfa can't quite make it and will be across the line. And somewhere there is a Mercedes. There it is, coming and bouncing and just about making it across the... Perhaps the rally boat's not quite. I call it the rally barge in the hill climb monsters. Yeah, maybe the Mercedes not the best choice of car. Well, that will be the Volvo and the Tiger guaranteed spots into the semi-finals. So we are on to the third and final of the heats. My Volvo up against BMW 2002 Turbo. Very scared of the Lamborghini Miura and a Holden Tirana. I don't know how fast that Lamborghini is going to be. It could be very quick indeed. We are just listening for the horn of the Cosmo. That will signify the start of our race. Any point now. We are off. It's a good start from the BMW. It's the best start, actually, from the Volvo as we are going to sail off into the lead here. I'm surprised. I'd really think that mid-engine Lamborghini would be the best off the line, but it's a fantastic launch from the Volvo. BMW in second place. Go away, player names. I need to see who is in the rearview mirror. I'm, very surprised by that as a start as we bounce our way up towards the first corner. Ooh, a little bit of a nudge from the BMW. That has dropped the 2002 Turbo back a touch. We have got the Miura now hot on our tail. We can make the Volvo wide, though. It's not exactly a small car, so we shall make it as difficult as possible for that Miura to find a way past. I am worried about the Miura's traction, although, really surprised it struggled so much off the line there. Across the water splash we go. It could be a bit of a handful across the bumps and the jumps. After all, the Volvo a lot more suited to these sort of conditions than that Lamborghini. Don't end up climbing the banks down there. It'd be very, very easy to roll your car at some point. Where has that Lamborghini gone? I've lost sight of it. That because he's trying to go around the outside of me. That's where we saw the Alfa Romeo get into trouble. Not really where you want to be putting your incredibly expensive... I mean, most of these cars are relatively sensible, relatively cheap vehicles, and then you've got £1 million Lamborghini in the midst of all of it. We're going very, very sideways once more in the Volvo, but we have kept it under control. I do fear as we get to these higher speed stuff that Miura might be a tad bit better suited. Don't know though. It is it's all to play for as we head into the final quarters. Still, the Lamborghini gives us a little bit of a nudge as we head around these last turns. The Lamborghini's got the speed. I could have been braver and should have been braver around there. God damn it. Yeah, that we get a better launch. We might be able to hold it back if we drive a tad better next time. Oh, we are across the line, and it is going to be a second place. Second place for the Volvo. It is it is third for the BMW that's found a tree over there. Well done indeed. And the Tirana, not so good. May well have had a spin at some point. Likely to be quite powerful, quite light, so they could be quite out of control. Well, we are guaranteed a place in the semi-final. There are going to be 2 Volvos into the semi-final, which is always good. Couldn't quite take victory, though, in my heat. A little bit of a shame, but we will have to try and rectify that later on. So, it is on to, well, affectionately known as the Spanner Final, as we have got the 6th, 3rd and 4th placed cars going to be battling it out. Now, we can't quite fit 6 cars wide. I didn't really think about this when we set up this little championship. 6 cars wide doesn't really work down this straight, so the back row have, I guess, pick the cars they think are going to get off the line best to try and sit behind. BMW 2002 Turbo Alpha GTA are perhaps, I think, my favourites to go through in this group. The Holden, if it doesn't have problems. Oh, the Plymouth was in a hurry. Plymouth gave a huge bump to that Falcon. The Alpha gets a fantastic start. Mercedes and BMW are struggling off the line this time around. That Holden is flying away at the front. I'm surprised. I was expecting the BMW to be right up there. We're battling for the lead early on between that Tirana and the Alfa Romeo GTA. What do we got going on further back? BMW's caught up to the group. Mercedes is still languishing at the back. Big airtime. BMW's in a tree. Mercedes is done. I am so glad I hung back for that. That was amazing. Mercedes tried to do a front flip and BMW ended up in a tree. It was just truly incredible shenanigans. The Holden is having some lag issues. The Falcon's up into second. The Ford only battles with red cars. That is what we have. Oh no, sorry, the Ford, the Alpha only battles with red cars as we head around the hairpin. It's 3 wide on the exit between the GTA, the Falcon, and that Plymouth Fury. The Plymouth found a little bit of speed in this race as we head into the twisty sections, or into some trees in the case of my drone flying. It is all looking good for the Holden. Tirana, though, starting to stretch away a little bit at the front. The Alpha's got himself out of trouble. Oh, the Falcon nearly speared the GTA through there. I'm not doing a great job of the droning at the moment, but never mind. It is some sideways shenanigans from the Alpha. Oh, the Falcon spun. I think that's the Ford's challenge done for in this. It's the Holden. Well, it's the battle kind of for second at the moment. The Holden's pulling that lead out a little bit more again as the Alpha gets once more stuck in battles, this time with a Plymouth Fury. I really thought the Fury was going to... Well, Fury's out. The Fury's in a tree. Oh, I thought we might have a big upset. We might have a big upset, but it was not to be. We might have a big upset still. The Tirana's in the wheel. I don't actually know where the Tirana went. I think the Tirana might have lagged. No idea where the Tirana's gone. The GTA is going to get swamped by cars recovering as the Falcon is going to cut back to the inside. Will he get the position? No, probably not. The Fury's got the best line of the lot of them. The Tirana is going to take victory. I think there was some lag that teleported him up to the front, so I apologise for missing the Tirana. Claiming victory, the Alpha is going to take second ahead of the Fury and the Falcon. Well, that was an eventful... Oh, there's a BMW came through to finish in 5th place. That was a lot of shenanigans involved in that. However, style points, it might be last. It might be by far and away the worst car in this field. However, style points go to the Mercedes for managing to do a front flip on a jump that no one has ever done a front flip on ever before. Yeah, Holden and Alfa Romeo into the semi-finals. So, as the sun is beginning to set, we have got our semi-finals. The top 2 from these will go into a 4-car final. Miura versus Cosmo, Alfa Romeo GTA and Volvo 242 in this first round. Who will be victorious? It's a great start from the Cosmo. Again, the Miura struggled to put its power down, as does the other Volvo, the Alfa Romeo, up into second place. Alfa very, very quick off the line with that Cosmo. A little bit of lag going on, unfortunately. The joy of Forza servers. Now comes the speed of that Miura, trying to go around the outside of the Alpha, heading towards the trees. It's very bumpy down here, and indeed, there's contact between the 2 Italians. They do get it stopped. It's a good pass from the Miura. The Alpha fighting back, though, on the outside. This is all good news for the Cosmo as we head into the hairpin. Well, the Cosmo then ends up in the outside wall. The Lamborghini is back up into second place. What happened to the other Volvo? I was hoping for an all-Volvo final, or 2 Volvos in the final. It's not there. The Miura's taken the lead from the Mazda briefly. The Mazda has got that acceleration out of the hairpin. The Mazda, of course, so incredibly light. The Miuras, though, certainly no heavyweights as they bang doors a little bit around there. The Lamborghini's up the inside. The Mazda's not going to make it easy for him, though, as they head into the hairpins here. The Mazda has got a little bit lost. You're not supposed to be going across the inside there, and then everyone immediately followed him. The light is starting to fail us as the GTA has got exploring. Oh, I've crashed into a tree. It's not the easiest of conditions to be racing in or filming in. Hopefully everything is okay here. It's still side by side for the two leaders as we head through the water splash. It is the Miura up the inside. Where is the Volvo in all of this? Can the Volvo come back? Will these two manage to crash each other off and have the Volvo and Alfa Romeo into the final? Still we go side by side. Lamborghini is up into the lead now as we head across the bumps in towards another tight corner. It is the Miura fighting back on the inside. I think the Lamborghini is going to get this. The Lamborghini's got the straight line speed as we saw across the speed camera track. The Volvo is going to be too far back. Volvo's going to be too far back. It is Miura taking victory over the Cosmo. There goes the Volvo, and there's the Alfa Romeo. Alfa held on for a while. He put up a good fight with the Miura. However, in the end, fell off the road a little bit, ran a tad wide, and that caused trouble for the Alfa Romeo. Well, the Lamborghini and Mazda are through to the final. Sadly, we cannot have two Volvos in the final, the 242 going out. And we appear to have lost the light. Well, it should be an interesting semi-final for me. So, it is on to our second semi-final. My Volvo against the Holden Tirana, the Sunbeam Tiger, and the Ford Escort. I'm worried about the Escort. I think I might have the slightly easier of the semi-finals here. However, still got to make sure we get into that top two as we are going to get underway. It's a good start from the Holden, a good start from the Tiger as well. I've had a fantastic start from the Tiger. We have got away from the Escort, which is good news. The two ahead are battling for position. The sun is starting to rise. It's been a very quick night out here as we head across the jumps for the first time. It is, we've got the most lights on our car. Oh, there's a Holden in a tree. I've bounced off the side of a Holden. We got away massively in all of that. We've actually gained ground on the Tiger. In all of that, we have gained some ground. We're going to go to the inside. We are going to move ourselves up into the lead. The Sunbeam is trying to fight back. I'm not quite sure where he's going. He's going around the outside. That's fine. I'll hug that inside line. We're going to get a very, very sideways Volvo. Well, it's a big car to begin with. If it's sideways, it's even wider and more difficult for that Tiger to find a way past. The Escort is up in third place. I need the Escort to start giving the Sunbeam some issues. And the Escort needs to get a move on at the end of the day if he wants to make it into the final. Still, we fight a little bit with some sideways stuff. It does look like the Escort actually has made it up into the second place. The sun coming up is rather nice. I was about to say before we got distracted by a Holden in a tree as we run very wide into the hairpin. The Volvo advantage has got, we've got many, many rally lights on the front, which gives us slight better visibility than the cars around. But, well, we didn't see the Holden crashing into the tree until it was too late. So, yeah, it didn't really work that well. The Sunbeam has actually fought back. It is up into that second place as we run through these next few corners. Oh, God, don't get too excitable on the throttle. The Holden's actually done a really, really good job of joining back in. I'm driving a little bit cautiously, I'll be honest here. We could be more aggressive, but we've only got a few more corners to go, and I don't want to throw away the lead that we have. It looks like it's going to be the Tiger behind us in second place. I wasn't expecting that result so much as we round the final corner sideways. The Volvo will go through. It is the Tiger that makes it. The Holden did a great recovery drive. Well done to get so close to the field after a disastrous start. We could well have been in that tree as well. That was... yeah, that was so lucky from our perspective. The Holden did great, having lost in the heat, to have come back through the Spanner final and certainly, you know, caught up pretty well, but that will mean that we have a Mazda Cosmo, a Tiger Sunbeam, my Volvo 242, and a Lamborghini Miura into the final. An interesting selection of classic cars going rally, and I can't really call them classic rally cars, but there we go. So it is time for the final. You may notice there is an Escort. It has had to be reinstated. Sadly, the Sunbeam Tiger had to go. So we have got an Escort reinstated into the final against my Volvo, the Mazda Cosmo, and the Lamborghini Miura. We know the Miura is not so good off the line. We know the Cosmo is very good. Will our Volvo be up to the task of competing with these cars? I don't know. I would love to take a Volvo to victory here. We are off and underway. The Escort struggles with that grip. The Miura gets a better start this time around. Apparently it's long gears that are the Lamborghini's problem as we head up towards the first few corners with our Volvo. Fourth gear was not a good call there. We are struggling a little bit. It's not been a good start for us. We have got some work to be doing. There's an Escort buzzing around in the rearview mirror. Now what we need is a Miura and a Cosmo to get into a battle ahead of us. That would help the Volvo out massively through here, and indeed it has started. Oh, we've all got tangled up at the hairpin. Well, all four cars involved in that bump as the Lamborghini would get to the front of the field. Can we chuck it through these hairpins? We can, but we've got to be wary. We not get out the corners as well as the two ahead of us. I think my best bet, I don't think I have the speed of that Lamborghini or of that Mazda. What we need is we need the two of them to start fighting. We need them to really slow each other down as they tangle for position, and that's probably going to be our best bet here. Got to be mindful of the Escort. It's still not out of it. I mean, it was still relatively close. The Volvo, I think, is perhaps one of the better cars here under brakes as we get up the inside of that Mazda. Not quite what we needed. We really needed the Cosmo and the Lamborghini to start fighting, not me and the Cosmo, because that just helps the Miura out. Oh, as we go across the water now, up towards these next corners. The Mazda playing it very risky with the trees. You kind of got to try something, though, as we are heading now towards the final stages of this race. Now, I've not been quick through here all day. I don't know if my Volvo's really got the speed in this section, but I also know I've been a little bit cowardly on the brakes and so on. I pushed it too hard. I had to try something to make up a position. It's not worked. In the end, it looks like it's going to be the Miura for victory ahead of the Cosmo, unless there is a big accident around the final corner, which there isn't. The Lamborghini will, I believe, claim victory ahead of the Mazda Cosmo. My Volvo in third. Yeah, I had to try something. I threw it at that corner. We couldn't get the speed. And that was that, with the Escort somewhere around over there. There we go. The Escort going home in fourth place. This was an awful lot of fun. This was great fun. Unfortunately for my Volvo, yeah, just couldn't quite compete with these two. We had a good sort of mid-sector of the race. We were pretty decent, but fell back towards the end. The $1 million supercar, the first really of the mid-engine supercars, is the best rear-wheel drive classic rally car, apparently. So there we go. We have some helpful advice. If you want an A-class rear-wheel drive classic rally car, go for a Lamborghini Miura. Mazda Cosmo's not too bad, neither is the 242 Turbo. I love that the two proper rally cars in this final came third and fourth. That is typical of FailRace. However, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.